Could you coast through training camp, or through the off season and still be an all-pro?
No. I'm a guy to train all year round. I feel like, when you make a name for yourself, I tell the people all the time, when you make a name for yourself, it get 20 times harder because now everybody's working to stop you. Now everybody's game planning to trying to stop you. So if I was to throttle back and be relaxed, then I can't be the player that I want to be, that I need to be to help my team to win. And this game's a lot more fun when you winning and you making plays and being a productive football player, helping your team to win. So I want to continue to be that type of player. So I know what it takes. I know what I need to do. And it's kind of like one of them things where I'm kind of addicted to the work. I don't want to stop. I want to work out. I want to do the extra set. I want to do the running set, the conditioning and things like that help me to feel good, look good. But at the same time, it's like something mentally that I feel like I got to do. So I'm a guy that I'm all year round with it. I really don't give myself 2 or 3 weeks off. If anything, I give myself 3 days off and I'm right back in the weight room. But at the same time, understanding that, work. But again, we talk about recovery too. So.
Feel like that whole 8-9 month process.
To be honest with you, it probably was the best that I, in my whole career, that through, you talking about a camp process to, regular season to playoff to a Super Bowl. I was healthy through a whole year. Knock on wood, that was a heck of a year. But a lot of thanks to obviously our head trainer, like a Reggie Scott, making sure I did everything I needed to do, and then working with my shrimp coach and Lovett, Justin Lovett, one heck of a shrimp coach as far as letting me work, but at the same time working smart and obviously adding certain things in my regimen to help me recover, like a Dr. Teals, and then my massage regimens and things like that to be able to get through. But I felt great. I probably was the strongest I was through the start of camp to the end of the Super Bowl. The week before the Super Bowl, I was benching and throwing up 455 pounds for sets of threes. I typically, that's not normal. Your body usually be sore, usually be achy and things like that. But I stayed strong through the whole season and stayed fresh. So it was a great year.
What did you attribute to that? I mean, you attribute it to your trainers, but why is it so unusual this year? Why was it that much head and shoulders above maybe the previous years of like being healthy?
I would just say my work ethic. I think I'm a guy that just know work. So understanding the regimen as far as what the trainers wanted me to do, as far as like you can work, but you need to learn like your recovery days be your recovery days. And you don't have to do an extra set of curls or bench press on the days you're supposed to do recovery and things like that. And then working with my strength coach and Justin Lovett and him understanding the way I work and being able to, not always just throw a bunch of weight on a board, but also about reps and doing certain things that elbow friendly and things like that. And then obviously I talked about my massage regimen, and then having a Dr. Teals that I use, kind of led by, that I use weekly, at least 2-3 times a week to, get the aches and pains out my body. So I think just being an older player and me understanding that and being an understanding that for me to be able to be a productive football player and be able to be at my best, obviously I want the work ethic and do them things too, but I got to make sure that on the recovery side of things and making sure my body's good, my body's healthy, that I'm putting the right things inside my body to make sure that the inflammation and things ain't there to the point where when it's time to go, I can go. I just stay with my regimen the whole year. Something that I'm doing now, the same thing I did last year, I'm doing this year. I've been feeling great, healthy, strong. So, I think it's just more about being older and understanding what you need to do to, to be able to, play this game at a high level. So
where'd you have to use the Dr. Teals on just to get that?
I usually soak the Epsom salt. I usually put it in the bath and I soak for 15-20 minutes right in my own bath at home. Usually on a Monday, the day after a game, and then the middle of the week on a Wednesday, and then that Friday before we go to the hotel, we travel Saturday. I got to get that in. I feel like if I don't get it in, I'm kind of thrown off my regimen. It's kind of something that I kind of live by now. So having an opportunity to partner with something that I actually use and love, it's been great. And they play a huge part of my success and what I need to do from a recovery standpoint of things to be able to perform. So
I'm going to bounce to the question since you already brought up the topic. What is the significance of having that year-round training regimen and still remaining all-pro player of the year in and year out?
Well, I think it's everything. Obviously, I'm a guy that live off hard work pays off, right? So being able to work smart, but at the same time, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself strong. I think that translates come game times, I'm a guy that like to look good. I want to be able to take my shirt off and see my muscles and things like that. But at the same time, understanding that, you put the body work in, okay, you work, but at the same time, the importance of throttle back a little bit this day, let your body heal a little bit. Just don't just keep working. Understand you got to listen to your body too, and take care of yourself. So being on a regimen I've been on the past few years, definitely last year to this year, it's been great. It's been really good. It's been helping me a lot. So being a guy that's 31 years old now, obviously, I don't feel like I'm slowing down, but to make sure I stay where I want to be and be able to stay on top of it and play at a high level, I got to continue to understand that. I work out. I usually work out. We practice. I usually have another little extra workout. Usually go home. I usually on a Wednesday I'm soaking in Dr. Till for 20 minutes. I got my boots and my game ready and things like that I use that help my body recovery. But and then it's just film work. But even when I'm home, I'm recovering. So it's like I'm always doing something. Like I'm from sitting here watching TV, I'm icing my knees. Even if it don't hurt me, I'm gonna ice my knees, I'm gonna ice my feet, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that my body is in top notch. And before I go to sleep, I might put on some recovery socks just to sleep. Just even if I feel great and I feel like I don't need it, I'm gonna do it anyway, just because I understand the importance of I want my body to continue to feel this way. So, if you kind of like half-ass on a bit, that's when the aches and pains start coming. Then you got to try to figure out, now you got to worry about this pain. And then when things start to linger through a whole year, that kind of, it kind of get annoying to you, because it's something that affects you and affect the way you got to play the game.
Seen other players coming to the league with not the work ethic that you really need to be in the NFL and just really not live up to their potential or just not even make it?
Well, I've been in this league 9 years. I've seen a bunch of players like that, a bunch of them, honestly. You see a lot of guys that come in, they got all the potential in the world that you be like, oh, you see glimpse of it. You see glimpse here and glimpse there, but they don't work at it. They don't put the extra work in the film room. They don't put the extra work in the weight room. And you got to understand, man, everybody in the National Football League, I know it's cliche, but everybody's good. Everybody's there for a reason. Everybody's big. Everybody's athletic. Everybody got pretty good speed. So you gotta do things to make sure you're ahead of everybody else, right? So you see so much potential, so much talent from so many different players that come into this league, but not having a work ethic to put the extra time in or the extra film study or doing the things they need to do to just take care of their body. They be in and out that fast. So that's one thing you gotta never take for granted, because you could be in this league one day and out the next day. So being in this league is a blessing.
Somebody told you as a rookie when you first came in?
Yeah, I had a lot of good guys that told me a lot of good things. Like you had a guy like Robert Quinn, Chris Long, William Hayes, Eugene Sims. One thing they always told me was just work. Because again, I talked about coming in and seeing the potential from a lot of guys. I was a guy that came in and they seen the potential in me. Obviously I was blessed. I had a work ethic I got at a young age, but the one thing they just told me was never be satisfied. They always said that you're a special talent. They were saying that before I knew what it was going to be in this league for me. So having veteran guys like that seen the potential in me at a young age and made sure they just gave me a couple of knowledge, and just hearing it sometimes can make you escalate that much more, even if you got the work ethic or you feel like you belong. Hearing it from a guy that been in the league for a few years and you being a young guy and they see the potential in you, make you want to work and make sure you don't want to let them guys down. So.
What's the best training advice or best that you could give a rookie? What's like the best advice you would give somebody coming onto the Rams this year or whenever?
Do it, but I would say I'm gonna tell you exactly what I tell young guys all the time. Just do what got you there. Just play the game that got you where you're at right now. So because sometimes people get to the NFL and they get overwhelmed because they might see a guy they might be a fan of, or it's just like being in the NFL knowing that you're there might be mentally mess with you to the point where it might feel like it's too big. But football is football at the end of the day. There's nothing changed. The stage is big because you got the cameras and the crowds is big, but football is football at the end of the day. You do what you need to do. You keep your head down. You just work. You'll be in good.